Oh, whoops. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, got it. Sorry, I did not fix that before I went live and all that, but yep. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of Genshin Impact. I was originally going to do Doom right after Kingdom Hearts, but I figured uh, Genshin. But I am going to be doing Genshin for about an hour to an hour and a half at best. Uh, yeah, we'll see about Doom because yeah, my hand's cramping again. All right. All right. So just a bit of heads up regarding Honkai Star Rail. Uh, Honkai Star Rail's a maybe tomorrow, but that's not even a guarantee because personally, not really enjoying that game very much compared to Genshin. So we'll see. I just want to take a break from Honkai for now after I rage quitted previous session. And right, my this hand of mine is like I honestly I think with okay, hold on, let me exit iTunes because I accidentally clicked on that. I think at this rate, I think I need to start limiting how. I, funny thing is, I'm not like playing games like for more than like 4 or 5 hours. I was taking breaks here and there, so shit. I accidentally hit Honkai. No, is this Yeah, there's Genshin. Okay. And which one is this? Give me a minute. Oh, whoops. I accidentally exited the game. I'm going to see if I can find a way to put the screen on the TV rather than the monitor at default. So let me see if I can fix that real quick. Is there a way I can do that? Game settings. Advanced settings. Basic. Nope. Okay. Damn it. Give me a minute. I got a better idea. I'm moving this shit over here. There we go. I might as well just use my monitor from now on. It's just... Alright. Oh, whoops. Hold on. There we go. Oh shit, it's a little... Give me a minute. Is it fixed? The hell? Okay. Believe I fixed it. There we go. And yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I might stick with my TV as the monitor because that way I can that way I can see what I'm doing here. Damn. Okay, I'm calling off Doom tonight. It's just gonna be this. My hand is like cramping up a bit. Hold on. God, that name's gonna ha, Hatamatagne. I probably fucked up the name. Excuse me. Hmm? Oh, really? Do tell. Dude, what the fuck is with that big ass close up? Okay. Real quick. I am going to test some real quick. I'll return to Genshin Impact in like a few minutes. Just let me set up something regarding my what is it? Steam. So, give me a moment. I am just running a bit of a test to see if 60 frames per second on Kingdom Hearts would work on this. Okay. Screen's really fucking bright. There we go. Okay. And here's the PlayStation 2 experience, sort of. Alright. Okay. So that was it for that test. I was just making sure 60 frames per second works on my monitor. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, back to Genshin. I was just testing to make sure before I play Kingdom Hearts tomorrow. Or wait. I was going to take a break from Kingdom Hearts, but I mean, I might keep playing Kingdom Hearts like tomorrow, like in terms of like offline, but yeah, because I'm taking a break from playing Kingdom Hearts, or I'm taking a break from streaming Kingdom Hearts to focus on like some offline grinding, and I'm specifically I'm specifically going to be grinding for items that are meant for synthesis because little did I know the final mix version expanded upon its synthesis list, so it's a lot more complicated to uh, get the ultimate weapon. Like they like the final mix version really makes you work for that ultimate weapon, which is fucking insane. Excuse me. All right. Oh shit! Whoops. Sorry, I'm just trying to stretch my hand a bit because it's been sore for like 15 minutes. All right. Okay. Why is my eye itching? Did I pick a bad time to start Genshin tonight? Shit, it's almost 11. No wonder I'm feeling sleepy.
Is this an answer from this world?
Nope.
A new job.
You're open. You're open.
Okay, I'm starting to think this one is not worth my time. It's because of my rank. Dude, why am I game like? Ah! I want to pet him. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Both my hands are starting to fucking cramp up a bit.
Is this an answer from this world?
Okay. After this, I'm gonna cut it short. My hand is like fucking cramping up from time to time, so. Phobos It's fun. It is funny that Phobos was actually a name uttered in this because, again, I am in the process of revisiting the original Doom, and Phobos is a name from Doom. Oh, damn. Okay, I'm just gonna use my left hand to hit the controller. Oh, what the fucking hell?
Come a little closer. Blitz. Let's spark things up a little. You. Leave it all to me, as a good knight should. Steady as stone. You've been a naughty boy. Leave it all to me. Nice and spicy. was my honor to serve you.
With the wind!
Going out is tiring.
Well, I guess damn me for not getting the hang of this fucking system. You know what? Where's my other fucking... Oh, there it is. You wanna know something? I shouldn't have to feel bad. It's MiHoYo that designed these mechanics and decided to do an unconventional way of character, player growth and all that. I'm starting to notice a fucking pattern with these games. They want you to level up a specific way that's not conventional with other games, which is funny because those other games kept using that kind of formula because it was the organic way to grow as a player as well as grow with the characters. It's kind of the argument I'm trying to make here. But MiHoYo's like, oh, we want to do things differently, and this is the standard of how we make our games. Honkai Star Rail, same shit. Maybe differently in places. Genshin Impact. This game, I like the world building. I cannot fucking stand the leveling system in this game. For one, I'm not used to the way MiHoYo does it. But at the same time, I don't like how MiHoYo implements this system. So it's a matter of I'm not used to it, but at the same time, I don't like how it's used. So damn me for being stubborn about that. I don't give a shit. Again, I've played a handful of other games with leveling systems, and there's a reason I stick to that. I prefer that formula over this because it's not so. It's weird because, again, the world building is good in this game. It's just the way the game is developed in places that I'm just baffled as to why MiHoYo went in specific directions on a few things. Got my ass kicked because I didn't expect the quest to have like what level 41 monsters. This is the fucking problem I'm having with Genshin now. I want to progress through the story. I'm what, one act away from finishing chapter 1 or some shit? Or whatever the hell it is. And it wants me to raise my adventure rank. Okay. And it wants me to raise it by doing a bunch of fucking extra shit that feel stuff that I could have done at the end of the chapter, not near the end of the fucking chapter. And it's funny because the way this game's designed, I want to keep playing it. Honkai is the one I keep saying I'm a little skeptical if I want to. I want to say skeptical. Honkai's gotten me less interested in playing it the more I'm into it. So, which is why I'm not doing Honkai right now. It's because last time I played it, I rage quitted that session. And guess what? Well, aside from my hand cramping, like the shit that just fucking happened, now I don't feel like playing Genshin for a while. This is the thing. And this is why I took that break from Genshin, is because of the way this game's set up, plus Honkai. I don't like the way these two games are set up. And now because of this, I'm starting to question, is Zenless Zone Zero before fucking worth it? Because that game's been fucking popular. But it's like, is it the same shit that these two have done? Because same developer. Now, Wuthering Waves. I hear that's a gacha mechanic. Who's to say that one's any different? Granted, different developer, but look, I stuck with Genshin as long as I've had so far, and that's because I didn't have many issues with Genshin going through with it. Honkai is different. So, like I said, Honkai might be the one I'm dropping before I even get any close to dropping Genshin. I am trying to stick to this game. It's just the cracks that I'm finding with this game are really starting to get at me. And yes, where I'm taking issue with gameplay now, yes, is kind of stemming from what I'm used to. And those games I'm used to did leveling better than Genshin or any shit that MiHoYo has pumped out. Haven't played Zenless Zone Zero to see how that fares out. But based on the two games I played from them, the leveling system, that is something I'm not a fan of them for. Just saying. But I do like the variety of characters this game has. I like the world building this game has. that's where I can give Genshin props for. But okay, let me make an example of a game I have played from a franchise I love, in which the way gameplay was utilized I did not like. Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII. The way you go through that game is not like other Final Fantasy games, and it was the most polarizing thing about Final Fantasy VIII. Drawing magic. The game, this is the thing. Final Fantasy VIII discourages you to play the game like you would any other Final Fantasy game. I tried to play by that game's rules, and yet it's a gameplay system I really was not a big fan of. I am going to make that comparison to Genshin and Honkai because, again, I goodness, my point is that I'm not against games doing something different than the norm. It's just some of those ones that try to do things differently don't always pay off. I'd say Genshin and what the fuck? Why did my keyboard like flicker for just a moment? Okay, that was weird. So what I'm saying is that how I feel about Genshin and Honkai kinda reminds me of how I feel about Final Fantasy VIII. Which what I'm trying to say on that is that, like Final Fantasy VIII, I don't like the way I do not like the way the gameplay is utilized. Although with Honkai, it's merely on the basis that I just find that game boring compared to Genshin, which is one of the other reasons. Again, I will try to figure out what the hell it is that I'm getting wrong in Genshin. I got a feeling what I need to do is just explore the whole place. Unlocking waypoints, all that. I might just have to do a session which is just dedicated to that. I'll see how this all fares out in terms of the overall gameplay. I know I sound like I've been bitching about Genshin and Honkai lately. It's just every time I'm getting back to these games, I'm coming back to the same fucking issues that I've been getting at. And honestly, it is I'm starting to come to the conclusion that the reason my enjoyment has been going down with Genshin and the reason my enjoyment of Honkai Star Rail has not gotten higher since the beginning is because of the way these games are designed. Honkai is just boring to me. And I am questioning why that game's got a high player base. Maybe it's the turn-based combat. I don't know. Maybe it was the sci-fi science. But combat just bores me with that game. That's just how I feel about it. Genshin is not what I would call boring. It's just it's funny because I got a feeling when I get used to what MiHoYo does with their games, maybe I'll ease up on Genshin, but I'm not going to make any guarantees on Honkai because, again, how I feel about the game in general is different than Genshin. Genshin doesn't bore me. Honkai Star Rail does, at least to me. But I think once I get the hang of both games, and again, I really need to fucking study how this game fucking works mechanically because I don't know what else to say. It's just I'm trying to enjoy these games. I'm just not used to how this game is. And yeah, my stream is actually kind of fucking up. So, it's probably a good time for me to just end this stream. So I will attempt to do Genshin Impact tomorrow. But if I'm not in the mood to do it, it's just going to be Dragon Quest 11. I keep fucking putting that game on hold. You know what? Maybe I should just stick to that because at least I know there's an ending to that game. At least I know it doesn't feel like a complete waste of time. And at least I know the leveling system on that game is fucking... At least I know the leveling system is well oiled in that regard. And shit, I mean, Dragon Quest 11, I enjoy more than Honkai Star Rail, and that's saying a lot. So, yeah, it does sound like I'm ready to drop Honkai Star Rail, but not yet. Not yet. I'm waiting until I'm at my limit with that one first, or when I finish Eurillo 6, because after that there's like a new planet or some area that I can go to. So once I finish that and I try out the next post Eurillo 6, that's going to depend on what I'm going to stick around with Honkai. Genshin I might be sticking around longer than where I'm at. You know, let's be real here. Genshin and Honkai, big time sinks because I mean these games are still going. If either game drop the ball, I'm not going to stick around. Just saying, because I do not want to spend like over 150 hours on one game that like honestly, I have a feeling at some point I'm dropping Honkai Star Rail. I think that has a higher chance of me dropping it before any game. Honkai Impact Third, I tried. Man, I did not give a shit about that one. I'm actually just thinking about dropping that one all entirely because, man, do I not give a shit about Honkai Impact Third. But you know what? Kind of want to see where that one goes and maybe try it out, but that one I was not impressed. So anyway, I'm putting Doom on hold for tonight. I was gonna do that after Kingdom Hearts, but my hand's cramping up, so no Doom tonight. But I will do Doom tomorrow. And actually, to add to that, I'm gonna throw in Dragon Quest 11 because again, Kingdom Hearts is going to be put on hold until Monday, and it's because I'm going to be dedicating time to synthesize grinding. Because there's like a shit ton of fucking items I need to look into. And the only world I'm not going to explore during this grind fest is the end of the world. The final world of the original Kingdom Hearts. So I will return to Kingdom Hearts on Monday. And I also will take the time to level grind and all that shit. Because there's some super bosses to fight. But I'm going to wait until I get to level 70 before I even tackle any of those bastards. Because we're talking Ice Titan, Kurt Ziza, I believe that's the name, and of course Sephiroth. Sephiroth being the fastest son of a bitch compared to the other super bosses, but yeah, Sephiroth is not. Sephiroth does not fuck around in Kingdom Hearts. There's a reason he's one of the hardest fucking bosses in that game. One of the hardest. So yeah, it's gonna be Doom, Dragon Quest XI, and then I'm going to save. I'm gonna save Genshin for later. Honkai Star Rail, I'm putting on hold until after the weekend. Again, that one put me in a fucking spot where I'm just like, why the fuck am I playing this? That one has made me kind of I know I'm rambling about Honkai and Genshin, but again, this kind of pertains to the same developers and all that. My enjoy, like I said, the last couple times I played Honkai, I'm just thinking, what the fuck? Why the fuck am I playing this? I know. Okay, I'm starting to repeat myself. I'm getting tired. I don't know what some people are gonna say. Just quit the game. And I get it. Sound advice. But I'm someone who wants to go a little, go the extra mile to see for myself. And again, what will determine whether I continue further in Honkai Star Rail is after Eurilo 6. I think that is a good spot to determine whether I want to keep going or just drop it from there. And as for Genshin, hell if I know, because I want to keep exploring the world. What I'm really starting to get fed up is like, oh, we got these level 41 enemies and you're level 40. It's like, fuck off. Like, I understand newer territories tend to have higher fucking difficulty, but it's just that's when I think it's fair to say I'm rather slow on getting a full understanding of how this game operates. But where I'm not going to but there is one note: the way the leveling system works in Genshin, and the way the adventure rank, the level, the ascension, all that. I don't like that setup. But the other stuff, I'll take accountability. I'm slowing the uptake on that. And it's because of that I'm trying to get accustomed to the whole process. It's Honkai that I'm getting frustrated with, legitimately. Or Honkai Star Rail is the one I question why I'm playing it. And it's, well, I do think it's a weaker game to compare to Genshin. Granted, completely different games, but I sure as shit don't give a damn about the characters in Honkai Star Rail compared to Genshin. I'm serious. So there. Okay, enough. I'm done with my rambling. I'm heading off for tonight. I need to rest my hand. It's been cramping up a few times. I know I've been vocal about some issues I'm personally having while playing these games. It's just it's mostly on Honkai, not so much as Genshin, but even I'm starting to get kind of fed up with a pattern that MiHoYo has with their games within the last 4 years. Which is actually one of the reasons why I'm reluctant to try out Zenless Zone Zero at this point. I actually am kind of curious how that one plays out in comparison, just to see, like, okay, did they have this fucking leveling shit, or did they actually do something different? Uh, but then I learned that Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves, although, okay, actually, let's leave out Wuthering Waves because it's not the same developer, but when you factor in Zenless Zone Zero is made by MiHoYo or Cognosphere or whatever, and here's the thing: what Zenless Zone Zero has in common with Genshin and Honkai Star Rail is the gacha mechanic. And my feelings on that: fuck the gacha mechanic. I don't feel like, okay. So like I said, fuck the gacha mechanic, and the reason I feel that way is because I do not want to perpetuate a system similar to the loot boxes, which is something I didn't like at all. And I do not want to perpetuate that system because I don't want other game developers or companies thinking like, oh well, Genshin's very successful with the gacha mechanic. Let's come up with a similar system. No, I do not want that in gaming going forward. That's why I've been refusing to. That's why I've been refusing to use that mechanic throughout my game. And I know it's like, oh, but you know, if you pay like $5 to get premium. Okay. I'm aware that there is a $5, what do you call it, per purchase for like daily primogens or something in Genshin. Okay, here's the thing. What you get from that is based on chance. Fuck that. It's no different than loot boxes. Why the hell would I want to spend $5 per purchase just to get something by chance? And let's say I used up whatever and I didn't get, like, I get very little out of the whole ordeal. That's what I'm getting at. And here's the thing: when loot boxes started to become a little bit more common, and actually the game that people woke the fuck up about this was EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2. When loot boxes were revealed in that game, people criticized that feature heavily to the point where they removed the loot boxes and patched them out. And with Genshin Impact shot up in popularity, and they did that gacha mechanic. They're like, oh, MiHoYo got the idea. Like, okay, granted, Honkai Impact 3, I believe, did gacha prior, but here's the thing: I understand this is a model that's popular in China, I guess, like Chinese developed games. I'm guessing at least the popular ones that is. But I'm also noticing the gacha mechanics in like some Japanese specific games in Japan. So I have my reasons why I'm very outspoken against the gacha mechanic. I just don't feel like shelling out money for shit that I could get by chance. I don't want to I don't want to shell out any money for that reason. I mean, it's not really gambling, but I don't want to waste money on chance. Unless it was, I mean, I don't know. My point is I just goodness, I'm losing my train of thought on this. I think I've said enough about how I feel about the gadget mechanic. Just not a fan, and I dare not. And I'm sticking to my goodness, I'm sticking to my principle on the gadget mechanic. I personally don't want to perpetuate that system. That's why I'm making clear. I refuse to use that mechanic for Genshin. I refuse to use that mechanic for Hawkeye Star Rail, Zenless Zero, whatever the fuck that one is, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves, because that too has gadget. Okay, listen, if any players want to spend a little money just for uh the gacha stuff, be my guest. But to me, it's a waste of money. Like, I could spend that money on a game that's on sale on Steam, and I would have it for keeps on my account, on my Steam account. It's kind of where I'm at. I mean, shit, I just got the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. 3 fucking games for $6. That could last me hours of fucking gameplay. Rather than spending $5-6 on something that I could get by chance. Just saying. That's kind of my feelings on. I already made it clear, but you know, I'm just saying I'd rather spend my money. That's like I'd rather spend my $5 on other shit that I would care about, not on a mechanic that's just gonna give you shit by chance. Not a fan of that. Never was and never will. Fortunately, it's a mechanic that's not a game breaker for both those games. But it's a system I hope fucking goes away in time. Not prolong it. If Chinese developers want to keep at it, fine. But I know what I'm saying is not going to convince others to avoid the fucking mechanic altogether, because, well, there's a lot of players that use that mechanic, and I'm just like, okay, I'm definitely in the minority on that, but you know, I have my particular standards and Paul's, you know, my own stance about it. I know I've rambled on and on about gadget mechanic and other shit. I get it. It's just I have things on my mind about these two games, and I'm definitely not of the majority that would say this shit. Or maybe I am. I don't know, because I'm definitely in between the people that play it and the people that dropped it. I mean, I started playing Genshin out of curiosity. I was surprised to enjoy it. But the further I played it, the more I'm starting to question, a number of things in this game. It's kind of where I'm at. I mean, make no mistake, there were things I have enjoyed about this game. But you will never hear me saying, oh, Genshin Impact, one of the best games ever developed. Oh, fuck, no, it is nowhere that close. It is nowhere that fucking close. And honestly, I don't think it deserves to be hailed that highly. And if you're thinking, I find Genshin Impact overrated, well, that's the funny thing. I'd say overrated by games journalists like IGN. I mean, they gave Genshin Impact like a 9 out of 10. Bullshit. It's not a fucking 9. It's a 7.5 for me, at least. Maybe down to a 7. You know, with the way the systems work and all that. But you're not hearing me say Genshin Impact's a bad game. That's because there is some things to point out that are good about Genshin. It's just, well, let's just say what I have to say about Genshin. It's going to take me a long time to kind of elaborate, but now is not the time. But okay, I'll be frank. I heard Fortnite's not that great. Doesn't look as good as Genshin, if I'm going to be honest. And I know that's a completely different game. But I am trying to get the hang of this. I'm trying to get the hang of certain things about this game. I just can't help but think, man, this game would have been smooth sailing if it wasn't for that fucking leveling system. That is really what is holding me back from, like, playing this game on and on. That's the reason I've been taking breaks from Genshin. It's just because I really don't feel like bringing myself to do a bunch of fucking homework, or homework is what I like to call it. The way this game utilizes main quests, side quests, and, well, world quests, because there's like 3 different types of quests. Archon's like main, and some of the stuff that's side quests. I'm aware this game manages this differently, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Because I want to take my time experiencing the main plot of the game. I'm just getting fed up with the main plot being interrupted because the game was telling you, oh, you want to continue the main storyline of Genshin Impact? Well, you gotta do a lot of side questing and all this other extra shit before you can do that. Why? And I'm going to use Majora's Mask as a prime example of a game that does side quests very well. Majora's Mask heavily relied on, it heavily encouraged the player to take the time to do side quests. And the reason for that is because if players do the side quests in Majora's Mask, the world building is strengthened as a result. Now, the side quests are usually obtained when you finish a major part of the game, like one of the 4 regions. Since Genshin Impact took notes from Breath of the Wild, maybe it would have been nice if they took notes from Majora's Mask on the side quest department. Just to get an idea, like, hey, when to time the side quest and when to let the main plot uh when to prioritize the main. What I'm saying is the prioritization of main plots and side quests, or main quest, side quests, I just find very questionable. That's just how I'm feeling about the game. Now, it's funny that they used The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as a major inspiration for the game, because with Breath of the Wild, how you go about that game, or how the game is, let me rephrase, how that game utilizes its content is that the player goes about that game by their own discretion. If they want to do a bunch of side shit and then save the main, the main sections last, they could do that. If they want to tackle Ganon right after the Shrine of Resurrection, they can do that. Although I think they have to get they have to do the opening tutorial and shit. But I mean, once you get the paraglider and all that, you can just head straight to Ganon. Granted, it's the hardest method of beating the game, but it is doable. It would have been nice if MiHoYo developed this game where I could go about the side quests in a it would have been nice if MiHoYo developed the main quests and side quests like, hey, I wish the game would allow me to go through the main story how I would like to, and then allow the opportunity to do side quests at my own time in between chapters or shit like that. Because I find it very I find it very what's the word? I just find it very odd, I guess, for lack of a better word. Yeah, goodness. Again, this is what happens when I'm tired. Like, I get my speech all like lost train of thought again. Yeah. My point is how the game goes about utilizing main quests and side quests. I just find it really strange that I just find it very strange that the game is like telling, or no, when I'm finishing like an act of chapter one, and like let's say the end of the act like leads into something like, oh, let's go do this for like chapter one, act three, like a little a setup for act three of chapter one, or based on what I remember. Let's say, oh, we're gonna set up something for chapter one, act three, and it's like, oh, your adventure rank's not high enough. You gotta go do all this extra shit. It's like, but the setup for chapter one, act three, it sounds like, oh, we gotta do that soon. So it is just a major pace breaker when they fucking do shit like that. They did this in the prologue. I really didn't like that. I wish they would have started implementing side quests after the prologue, just so players can kind of get an idea. Like, but then I guess they probably did that so to give players an idea. Like, hey, this isn't going to be the only time we're going to do this kind of shit. And look, in terms of pacing and flow of how to go through the story, whether it be main or side, I don't like how they. I don't like the way it's utilized in this game. And it's funny because I have not noticed that in Honkai yet. So if Honkai doesn't do that as much, it's funny how this thing I'm complaining about Genshin isn't really as prevalent in Honkai. But that's beside the point. I just. But I mean, beside how I feel about the way main quests and side quests are structured, or at least how they're uh, executed in terms of game's overall flow. Uh, Look, I keep saying the gameplay is actually pretty good. Actually, the soundtrack's good too. So the gameplay's fine, the soundtrack's fine, the world building's really good. All things considered. So look, despite me being a bit critical in some areas of Genshin, I mean, I don't think it's a bad game. It just has things that just prevent it from me finding it a great game, which actually would have been saying a lot. It's not a great game. It's a fine game, all things considered. You know, it is worth the curiosity to say. That's the best I could say about it. I'm surprised I'm enjoying it for the most part. It's just there's some creative decisions in gameplay I don't like. Oh well. Kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII in that sense. Actually, screw it. Honkai Star Rail kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII. Actually, fuck it. Both of them do. I'm just. Okay. I probably should go. I've been rambling. And I swear. I swear right now. I am not on the booze tonight. I can tell you that much. And besides, I got this what? When did I get this? 2 weeks ago? I'm trying to make this shit last. So. Also with the heat. Okay. I know everyone does not drink, but for those that, drink moderately and do not know this, it is not wise to drink alcohol during heat waves because alcohol is supposed to keep you warm, not cold. So, stick to water. Just saying. I mean, shit. When I was still when I was still going through that heat wave a few days back, man, I could just imagine if I had a glass of whiskey, I'd have been like, ugh. Yeah, and not to mention alcohol can cause dehydration. So that's why I haven't been crazy about the alcohol lately. Even though I tend to drink moderately, and I'm talking like one glass of whiskey. Yeah, I'm a bit of a whiskey guy. Just saying. I mean, I could have poured one out, in celebration of me finishing Devil May Cry 5. But, nah. I'm good. I think I'm good on that. Anyway, I know these last 40 minutes were just a ramble session. It's just, I need to get some things out that I feel like need to be said. Because, hey, look. I'm just being honest to how I feel about Genshin Impact plus Honkai Star Rail. I am not going to apologize for my remark on Honkai Star Rail being a boring game thus far. Again, I'm sure anyone that plays it might be thinking, dude, why don't you just drop the game? I already said earlier, I want to finish Urello 6 and then try out whatever's after just to see if it's worth going further. because again, I want to take the time getting used to both of them. Excuse me. I want to get used to how Honkai Star Rail operates before I really start diving deep. But man, if there's one area that's gonna test my fucking patience, it is the entire combat. Because that's the one area I can't. I am just wondering why the fuck is this game monotonous on the combat? Because it's just attack, 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 and people might say, "Oh, but Final Fantasy and any other JRPG like does the same shit too." No, they don't. Okay, classic, like what retro RPGs, and I'm talking before. Actually, no. Fuck. I'm. Some probably might argue, oh, but retro RPGs, didn't have the most uh, robust ability set. Okay, that would be a moot point, but it's like, okay, like, look, if we're gonna compare like Honkai Star Rail to say Final Fantasy 7, hell, even Final Fantasy 8 and 9, maybe even 10. Yeah, talk to me about look, if those two games, if any of those Final Fantasy games are compared to Honkai Star Rail, I can really make a good argument for that. And again, my case in point, I want to make it for Honkai Star Rail. And where this should have been completely fucking thought over before release is those ultimate attacks in Honkai Star Rail. From what I researched, I think either most characters or all of them have one fucking ultimate attack. And how they're filled up is when you take a hit, which that's a you know that's like how Final Fantasy does limit breaks, but it's also when you land hits. In other words, when you land a successful attack. So once I learned that, oh, attacking and landing a hit and getting hit fill your ultimate attack gauge. Like, what kind of why are these ultimate attacks acquired like that? Usually, it's when you get hit that fills up your limit break gauge. To follow Final Fantasy's example, I don't like how Honkai does this because it makes using the ultimate attacks easy to do. Not to mention, it just helps. Like, I just find it like it just makes battles repetitive because of it. Like, you're just going attack, 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 normal, which is fine. Given any given RPG does this, but then when the ultimate attacks are done, and it's just you see the same attack like 5 fucking times, especially during a boss fight, it gets boring fast. And that's where most of my boredom with Honkai is at. I just don't find the gameplay all that fun. And and honestly, that's going to be there to stay, which is unfortunate. And given that this is an RPG with the leveling system in mind, I have some characters already at level 20, and it was just like level 4 to 20 in an instant. I'm like, where is the fucking where's the sense of growth as a player? Like, where's the feeling of growth at? So I know I'm like rambling about Honkai. It's just, again, I just need to get things said and why I feel certain ways between Genshin and Honkai. Again, same developers. I've been playing Genshin and Honkai from time to time, but yeah, I am definitely not of the usual crowd or I am not one of the people in the usual crowd of Genshin and Honkai. And yeah, so yeah, I've already said enough about both of them for now. I just figured, you know what? Why not? Why not ramble? Maybe I rambled. I mean, look, I'll admit I rambled more than enough than I should tonight about these two games. And I know I'm repeating myself. It's just I'm trying to just. I'm just trying to. I don't know. Okay, I probably should head out for tonight. It's getting late. I need to get some sleep. So yeah, I might just cut out this post session ramble. My hand's now feeling better, but I'm not gonna take any chances. I need to rest my hand too. So anyway, so for tomorrow, it's gonna be Doom, Dragon Quest XI, and then Genshin Impact. I am gonna take a fucking break on Honkai again. I don't feel compelled to get back on that one soon. Sorry, but I'm not gonna apologize for my displeasure with that game sometimes. Just being honest. And yeah, as I said, kind of contemplating dropping that one at some point, but I'll wait till later. If I feel if it doesn't do it for me later at a certain point. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Till next time, take care.